If you punish a child for being naughty, and reward him for being good, he will do what is right only for the sake of the reward. And when he goes out into the world and finds that goodness is not always rewarded, or evil is not always punished, he will grow into a man who only thinks about how he can get ahead in the world, and does right or wrong based on what he finds advantageous for himself. Greetings, successful friend. I hope this message finds you well. Now, let's explore more deeply the inspirational quote that reminds us of the importance of providing fair and consistent consequences in educating children. The quote leads us to profound thoughts about the impact of educational actions on one's character development. In this case, the concepts of reward and punishment take center stage. How do we, as parents, educators, or guides, create an environment that provides positive incentives, without neglecting the consequences of negative actions? Firstly, let's discuss the importance of giving rewards when a child behaves well. Offering praise and recognition is an effective way to motivate children. However, we must be careful not to involve them in a cycle where they only act kindly to receive rewards. This can create unrealistic expectations in real life, as highlighted in the quote. Children need to understand that goodness itself is an intrinsic value that brings inner satisfaction. Therefore, it is crucial for us to stimulate the development of strong internal values, such as empathy, honesty, and responsibility. As educators, we must create an atmosphere where children feel that kindness is not only noticed when there is a reward, but is an investment in shaping a character that will bring long-term benefits. Nevertheless, it is also important to face the reality that life does not always offer immediate rewards for good deeds, and not all wrongdoing is adequately punished. How do we equip children with this understanding without diminishing their motivation to do good? This is a question that requires a careful approach. As children grow into adulthood, they will encounter the realities of life outside the educational environment we may create for them. Therefore, they need to be trained to develop intrinsic motivation, an internal drive to behave well without depending on external rewards. It is important to teach children that goodness has value. Beyond mere recognition or punishment, kindness brings happiness within oneself, fosters healthy relationships with others, and builds a solid foundation for the future. By understanding these values, children will be better equipped to navigate life with integrity and responsibility, even when they do not always receive the acknowledgement or punishment they expect. Additionally, as guides, we play a crucial role in helping children understand that the world is not always fair. Sometimes, those who do good do not always receive praise or reward, and conversely, those who do wrong are not always punished. However, this should not be a reason to turn away from positive values. As guides, we can steer children to see that their kindness is the first step towards positive change in the world, although not always immediately recognized. Acts of kindness can be part of the solution to global problems. Therefore, it is essential to motivate children to do good as their contribution to the changes they desire in the world. In this regard, we can stimulate critical thinking and creativity in children, encouraging them to seek innovative solutions to complex problems around them, can help them realize that acts of kindness can have a long-term impact, even if not immediately visible. Alongside this, we also need to teach children to face failure and injustice with a positive attitude in life. Not everything goes according to plan, and not all acts of kindness are appreciated. However, this is not a reason to give up or change the values that have been instilled. Facing injustice, children need to learn to remain steadfast in their principles. Support from guides and a supportive environment is key to helping them overcome these challenges. Through this process, children can grow into individuals with mental resilience and the ability to stay true to their values even in challenging situations. Over time, children will realize that their kindness is not just about getting a reward or avoiding punishment. Kindness becomes part of their identity, forming the basis of their behavior in the real world. Thus, we can create individuals with moral integrity, an internal drive to do good, and the readiness to face the realities of life with a positive attitude. In this journey, as guides, we also need to pay attention to our role in setting a good example. Children tend to mimic the behavior of adults around them. Therefore, we must be consistent role models with the values we want to instill in them. Greetings, successful friend. I hope this discussion provides enlightenment and inspiration for all of us in educating a generation with integrity, intrinsic motivation, and the ability to face the realities of life with a strong head and a good heart. Let's together help children grow into empowered, ethical individuals capable of making positive contributions